Hello and welcome to this video. Steven Universe came to its dramatic conclusion a little over a year ago with the emotional finale of Steven Universe Future. All our adventures as an audience with the crystal gems have come to an end, and we had a fascinating foray into the predictable psychological damage they caused to our protagonist, who, at the end of the day, was a developing child throughout all of it. Famously, one big Steven Universe fan theory was proven correct. Like many, I had personally laughed it off.
Mom was Pink Diamond. What?
So that's me definitively told. But while both of the series and the film are over, not all fan theories were confirmed wrong or right. Some are still left unanswered. A hallmark, I think, of both an imaginative fan base and an expansive fictional universe. Let's take a look at some of them. In the Steven Universe film, we're introduced to Spinel, Pink Diamond's made-to-order playmate, carelessly abandoned. In the ensuing battle, she wields the Rejuvenator, a scythe that destabilizes and subsequently poofs gems. The theory? This weapon was Pink Diamond's. With Rose/Pink Diamond viewed by the Crystal Gems as a hero, by and large, this seems like a strange conclusion, but bear with me. The one obvious thing to point out? It's pink.
It's a little obvious.
But it's also worth pointing out that not only is a former servant of Pink's wielding this pink weapon, but think about the name, the Rejuvenator. The other Diamond's powers are related to aspects of their characters, with Pink Diamond being the baby of the group, both in age and level of maturity. A weapon that resets a gem to a state of pure naivete probably fits her fairly well. That or White Diamond, but there's that pink coloration to think about too. I don't know, maybe that approach is a stretch, but I think there's some weight behind it.
But wait! There's more!
When Steven is reunited with the Diamonds as Pink Diamond, Garnet expresses concern that Blue Diamond might hurt him, because she's a Shatterer. In the answer, Garnet recalls Ruby being told that she will be broken for her disruption of the court, and between that and the cluster, we can be pretty certain that gem shattering is at least a known, if not frequent, penalty issued under the Diamond Autocracy. With this in mind, poofing gems seems relatively humane. Remember too that Pink was always trying to get around the other Diamond's more tyrannical wishes. She wanted to do her own thing, and her love of the pebbles, for instance, is a good example of how indiscriminate her care for gems was. That being said, we also hear from Pink herself, in her original form, that she would be berated by Blue and Yellow for not doing as they asked. We hear some more of this in the answer too. She wouldn't be able to get away with never disciplining gems, but she could, conceivably, find a non-fatal way around it, and meet the older Diamonds halfway. We learn quite early on in the series of the tragedy of gem corruption. Steven shows empathy towards this centipedal that the other crystal gems seem a little hesitant about, and not entirely without reason. Corrupted gems must be a disturbing thing to look at, especially from a crystal gem perspective. Irreversibly shadows of themselves, the corrupted are a testament to what happens when you incur the wrath of the Diamonds. They are part of the price paid for the 1,000-year gem war. In Your Mother and Mine, we see Rose grab Pearl and Garnet and shield them from the blast of the Diamonds, the blast confirmed to have been what corrupted gems like the centipetals. Blue Diamond later expresses shock that any gems at all survived. This had me thinking. Really activated my almonds. Note two things here. Not only is it a surprise to the other Diamonds, presumably White as well, that gems on the Earth's surface were not in fact obliterated, but note also that Pink/Rose, and also Steven, cannot heal every gem affliction. This is kind of the whole shtick behind Rose's garden. What this might mean is that corruption occurred rather than the intended annihilation because one of the 4 diamonds was missing. Total healing and total destruction of gems are 2 sides of the same coin, and both necessitate all the diamonds' involvement. Without pink in the charge, yellow could ruin gems' forms, white could ruin them neurologically, and blue could sap their will to keep fighting, but the gems hit by the blast would still be anchored to existence by pink's element, what the other diamonds couldn't destroy, even together. The soul, essentially. Note also that when Stephen demands that blue and yellow heal Senti, the aspects of her that they can fix correspond to their individual powers. We know already that Stephen can restore a corrupted gem's sanity and a bit of her physical form, to some extent. We saw it in Monster Buddies, where, temporarily, Senti illustrates and writes her story for Stephen. Judging by the reaction she has when blue and yellow just turn up at her ship, I think the healing Stephen did to her spirit is permanent. She seems aware of her surroundings, in contrast to the panicked scrambling that happens when she's released from her bubble in Monster Buddies. However, though Yellow Diamond promises to reduce the horns characteristic of corruption in Homeworld Bound, note she only offers to reduce the horns, not eliminate them. Also, notice how even with the essence of all 4 diamonds, a corrupted quartz soldier still comes out visibly marked by the corruption. This suggests to me that there must be some sort of limit to reversing this. If so, even if it's still the case that leading a blast targeted at the Earth without one of the 4 diamonds doomed it to failure, maybe there's more to corruption and its reversal than just diamond unity. When Stephen defeated White Diamond by calling her a bitch, we learned that she sees pink as a manifestation of all things imperfect about her character. White flushes a pink colour, and she loses her mind control over all the gems present, including Pink Diamond's original pearl. We know from this that White can sap the minds out of gems. But we also see in Homeworld Bound how the diamonds can reverse these destructive abilities. Blue can fill creatures with joy, yellow can repair gems as well as destabilize them, and white can give you the power to control her. The episode Volleyball also tells us that pink reversed her destructive, tantrum-throwing capabilities to heal those around her instead of break them. Yes, we do see white reversing her power of mind control in one way, but is this necessarily exhaustive? If blue can control all things emotional, it stands to reason that her powers aren't limited to making you cry versus making you laugh. As well as take over a consciousness, maybe white can imbue consciousness into other things. That is to say, maybe she can create life. Diamond life. The theory here is that white, the queen bee, the matriarch among all the diamonds, the big baloney, imbued all her perceived imperfections into a new life, in pink. If a perfect outlet for immaturity were the only reason behind Pink's birth, however, we wouldn't expect this nearly omnipotent god among gods to fail so badly that she flushes pink as a symbol of how that immaturity is still very much a part of her, and one she can't fully control at that. If this theory is true, then surely the other 3 diamonds exist as a means to delegate necessary parts of being a tyrannical god queen, or any sentient being, really. You know, like parts of a whole. Yellow's sternness, volatility, and physical power are all needed to control armies and expand territory. She represents the physical and strength. Blue is needed to show mercy where necessary, and to be a grounding presence. She represents emotion. And pink is an inevitable part of everyone. The inner child, the sense of wonder that drives innovation, the excitement. She is the embodiment of the bleeding heart. It also isn't an unreasonable power. Granted, it's only a fake gem, but we do see Pink Diamond crush dirt hard enough that it becomes a pink shard, and a convincing one at that. It looks as though even the youngest diamond can create the physical housing for a gem life by hand, rather than just en masse. What if at least one of them could do more? surely that would be white diamond? We now know what all the personal assistants, the pearls, assigned to each of the 4 diamonds look like. They all have the same gem placement and coloration as their diamond. But this isn't where the similarities end. Take a look. Our pearl, who we now know to be the original white pearl, and white diamond, both have the same sort of gelled updo kind of hairstyle. Blue diamond and blue pearl have the same weighed down hair and floaty clothing. Yellow diamond and yellow pearl both have that sharp, pointed hairstyle. Pink diamond and her original pink pearl might share the same voluminous hair, but this can't quite be confirmed with pink pearl's or volleyball's hairdo. The theory is that the personal pearls for the diamonds are not only reflections of how much they're deeply programmed to love their masters, but also to make it easier to return them to their masters if they were to ever run away or become defective. Although Rose's rebellion contained a lot of new heretical elements that were unheard of to gem kind, like condoning the fusion of 2 different gem types, I refuse to believe that descent was so inconceivable that the diamonds would make 0 preparations to mitigate it. This may have been one of them. After all, the diamond's personal pearls must be privy to all sorts of secrets, outbursts, and private business. Dark. In Homeworld Bound, however, we saw a purple pearl showing around a group of tourist gems. I think it's pretty safe to say that there are no purple diamonds, but that the purple tour guide pearl neither supports nor refutes this theory, because not every pearl is designed as a personal assistant to a diamond. Peridot is our, and Stephen's, first introduction to the idea that pearls are dime-a-dozen servant gems, and belong to high-ranking officials as well as diamonds. Peridot is delighted at the idea that she was considered important enough to get one of her own. This role of servitude that pearls are built to fulfill actually lends this rather dark theory some credence, and that servile nature is something we see and hear plenty of evidence for in the show. It's been established that the Earth kindergartens housing new quartz soldiers were destructive. Pink Diamond, although initially thrilled to be creating life from nothing, realises the toll gem creation takes on the environment. It leaches nutrients from the soil, killing nearby plant life, and appears to cause such drastic subsidence problems that the areas around the Earth kindergartens are falling to bits. Maybe this environmental fragility is why both Holly Blue and Yellow Diamond scorn earthen quartzes for their low quality, but not all gems are like quartzes. We've already seen in volleyball that pearls can be rejuvenated in shell-like dens, and that could well be where they're made, and given what pearls actually are in real life, it does make some sense. Underwater kindergartens may come into play with gems like lapis lazulis and aquamarines. We see that all lapis lazulis have the ability to summon water wings, and that the same goes for aquamarines. We associate a lot of fictional creatures forged from the ground with physical strength and sturdiness, so it makes sense that, while gems born of dirt and hard rock are rugged and powerful as grunts, these water-oriented gems develop by drawing their power from watery environments. It's great to see fans still making theories. Not every fanbase survives a year after the show ends for good, but here we are. And thanks for watching! If you like this, check out my channel for more commentaries on the eclectic mix of shows I've bumped into while doom scrolling through YouTube. Bye-bye!